Unpolitically correct opinion. Gentlemen, you need to lead in your marriage, and women would love you to, actually. By the end of this episode of the Fallible Man Podcast, I'm going to hand you 5 keys to leading your marriage effectively. It's time to step up, show up, get intentional, and lead your marriage. Because every day you're writing the story of your marriage, and if you wait till the end to fight for your marriage, you've already lost it. Let's get into it. Here's the $1 million question. How do men like us reach our full potential, grow into the men we dream of being, while taking care of our responsibilities, working, being good husbands, fathers, and still take care of ourselves? Well, that's the big question. In this podcast, we'll help you answer those questions and more. My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast. Gentlemen, if your marriage is struggling, unless you just married a really low-value woman from the start that was an absolute mistake from the get-go, then you're carrying the bag on the responsibility for the declining marriage. Yeah, sure, she's not perfect, and I'm not dismissing her role in your marriage. Women are responsible in the U.S. for instigating 70% of divorce proceedings. However, there's a reason they're leaving the relationship. While some of that is definitely on them, we also carry responsibility as well, and probably more. A lot of men just stop showing up for their marriage. Even fewer actually lead their marriage. The way we solve the problem is by taking responsibility and ownership of absolutely everything we can. And there's plenty in our marriage for us to grab onto and claim responsibility for. By the way, my name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for all things man. Big shout out to our regular listeners, Fallible Nation, and a warm welcome to our first-time listeners. Hey, if this is your first time here, thanks for checking us out. From the bottom of our heart, we mean it. I know there's a lot out there competing for your attention, and I appreciate that you're giving us a chance. Be sure and connect with me at the Fallible Man on most social media platforms, particularly active on Instagram. Let me know what you thought of the show. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, if you really enjoy the show, share it with somebody who needs it. That'd be great. That helps us get out there, or you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Now, focus back. I know that we live in an era where women say, we don't need men. Even some talking out their ass about men having no value and being completely unnecessary. Funny thing is, the extremists in the world of men say the exact same thing about women. Guess what? Both groups are kind of stupid. It doesn't take Andrew Huberman or Jordan Peterson to tell us that men and women complete each other, right? Two halves of a whole. It certainly doesn't require a rocket scientist to realize that men and women have always flourished better together. There's a lot of history to look over to prove that. Marriage is a powerful and beautiful thing. When you marry the right person, you can both absolutely thrive. Now, I have a lot of theories about why a lot of people aren't thriving, but that's a whole nother conversation, and we won't get into that today. But I promised you 5 keys to help you lead your marriage and have the kind of marriage you want. Because women want us to step up and lead our marriage. They may not know it, or they may not want to admit it, but they absolutely do. If a healthy, thriving marriage is what your goal is, the men, here are 5 keys leading that marriage to happily ever after. Number 1, you have to lead yourself more effectively. Men get sloppy in marriage really quickly. Now, I'm not just some guy talking out the side of my ass. I've been married for 23 years. I haven't always done it perfectly, but my wife and I have made it to 23 years and are looking forward to 23 more, and God bless us with whatever he gives us more beyond that. I'll be completely thrilled with that. I got some experience in this, and it's just a fact. I absolutely did. Let me be honest about that. I got sloppy about my marriage early on too. We somehow seemed to snap out of honeymoon mode because we got one. We got one. Woo! We're done, right? We can get fat and lazy now. No, this is a huge mistake. You may have got one, but if you want to keep one, it's time to lead yourself. When she got involved with you, you were much likely let me rephrase that. When she got involved with you, you were likely more physically active, more physically fit, more ambitious, more adventurous, and you were going somewhere, right? You had plans. You were going to do things. You had a future. Why did that all go away when we got married? Sure, I mean, life started, right? You fell into a routine in this new exciting world of being young marrieds. Woo! Honeymoon phase. Yeah, but young married is a lot of fun and everything's new and fascinating and crazy. And well, you married an amazing woman, right? That's why you said I do to her, because she was an amazing woman. Now you have a hugely beneficial piece to making all those ambitions you had really take off, because an amazing woman with you is just going to complement that journey. But we can't deviate from it, right? That's the problem, is we lost our way from where we were with that. So here's a list, guys. Some absolutes. Take notes, whatever you want to do. Get in shape or get healthy, stay in shape, however, whatever your position is. Maybe you're younger listening to this, maybe you're older. Stay in shape, get in shape, whatever. Your health is everything. Get off the couch and get active. This is 2. We have way too many screens in our lives. And guess what? Scientific research, I don't know how scientific you can call it, but research is telling us, the more research you read on this, they're making you miserable. The facts are in, folks. Screen time is making you less happy. So there's one more reason to get off the couch and get active. Go back to that pickup game with your friends. Get out of the house. Go do things together. 3, make plans to achieve those ambitions and get to work. Never stop moving forward. You had a plan when she met you, and she loved that plan. That's why she got involved with you. Promise you it wasn't because you're pretty. Number 4, put knowledge in consistently. Never stop learning. Yes, I slowed way down for that one. Put knowledge in your head consistently. Books, podcasts, seminars, classes, whatever your thing, don't ever stop learning. 4, date your wife. Or 5, this is 5. Date your wife no matter what. One of my friends and mentors always introduces himself when he's on a show or something like that as still dating his wife. And it made a huge impact on me the first time I heard him say it, because like, wow, I dropped the ball on that. Like, I stopped dating my wife years ago. This alone will make a huge difference in your marriage. Pursue her always with a greater fervor than when you first met. And lastly, hold yourself accountable to all these things. Put your own feet to the fire. Get disciplined about it. This is these little 6 points right here on just leading yourself more effectively. It's going to make you hugely more attractive to your spouse. It's going to make your life better. It's going to move the needle in massive ways. I mean, honestly, I could probably drop the mic right there on just this one stage alone that will make you more desirable to your spouse and make your marriage better. Because just that, leading yourself more effectively, will absolutely make your marriage better. But I would love to share 4 more things that will make your marriage even stronger if you apply them to lead your marriage, if that's okay with you. I hope that's okay. Okay. If it's not, you know what? Those 6 little things are going to help massively and you can bounce. But I got 4 more, and I promise all these things together will help you lead your marriage the way you were meant to lead your marriage. And it'll make your marriage so much better. The second thing we want to talk about is communicate and uphold your boundaries. One of my most unpopular opinions of all time is that we all crave boundaries and guidelines. Like, everybody fights me on this idea. Like, everybody fights against this idea, but it's factual. It's part of the human condition. We want to understand our place in this world. And one of the ways we do that effectively is understanding our boundaries and knowing what expectations of us are. Now, this doesn't mean that you rule the roost and set all the rules and she does what she's told. This ain't the 1860s. That's not a real marriage these days. Lead the conversation, though. Sit down with your spouse and establish joint expectations for your marriage. Joint expectations that are going to make your marriage thrive and be better. Goals and ideals. Set down what your roles are and her roles are and what those expectations and boundaries are for your marriage. Work on them together. What are her expectations and boundaries for y'all's marriage? What are yours? How do they compare? How do they fit together? How do they lead to your bigger relationship goals that you hopefully have already set down and talked about? If you haven't, add that to the list. Sit down and talk about your big goals as a married couple. Once you establish this information, keep those. Keep those. That's right. That's setting expectations and upholding them and those boundaries. Keep both of you accountable towards those expectations and boundaries you've set up together for your marriage. If you slip, be the first to admit it and apologize. Address how you'll get back on track and what you're going to do to make sure you don't slip again. If she steps out of those boundaries, we're not talking like stepping out relationship wise, like just the boundaries y'all have set for this is how our marriage works. These are our expectations for each other. If she steps out of those boundaries or expectations, lovingly point her back towards your joint planning goals and how her current modus operandi isn't necessarily in line with what y'all agreed to achieve those goals together. Reevaluate these boundaries and these expectations every 6 months because they're going to change, grow, and expand just like your marriage. Are you tired of tossing and turning at night, searching for that elusive perfect pillow or just better bedding in general? Well, look no further. Our podcast is proudly sponsored by MyPillow, the renowned American pillow manufacturer. With over 50 million pillows sold and a legacy of quality, MyPillow knows that you work hard for your money and want quality products at an affordable price. That's why they're offering all TFM listeners and friends the special promo code for massive savings year-round. Enjoy some of the finest sheets, pillows, slippers, mattress toppers, bath towels, and comforters on the market today. Save big when you order with free promo code TFM. That's TFM, the Fallible Man Podcast, obviously, on all 250 quality American products at MyPillow. MyPillow is here to transform your sleep experience. And as a special treat for our listeners, you can enjoy up to 80% off your order with the code TFM. Yes, you heard that right, up to 80% off. You'll not only enjoy some of the most comfortable and cozy products you've ever bought, but also support a great American company, the Fallible Man Podcast, and save a ton of money doing it. It's really a triple win. So why wait? Head over to mypillow.com/TFM or call 800-796-9775. That's 800-796-9775 to order now. You can't be your best without a good night's sleep, and MyPillow delivers. Number 3, hear and understand your spouse. This accounts for a lot of nails in a lot of marriage coffins. Our communication skills as men struggle often because we never learn how to effectively communicate with our spouses in their individual ways. Now, I've done a lot of episodes just on communicating with your spouse, so I will leave you to dig into those if this is a pain point for you. Your spouse has a specific way to communicate best and most effectively. Learn it, live it, love it. Learn to listen more than you talk. Stop thinking of your response to what she's saying while she's saying it. Practice your listening skills that you were taught back in grade school. Look at her. Ask questions when appropriate. Repeat things back to make sure you understood and heard correctly. Don't try to fix it unless she asks you to. Be mentally and physically present when you are communicating. Don't be playing on your phone or fidgeting, and don't be thinking about other things. Be present mentally and physically. Making your wife feel, air quotes, feel heard and listened to does amazing things for your marriage, gentlemen. I mean, it's powerful, okay? Your wife feeling heard and listened to is so important to her, and she isn't even beginning to be able to communicate that with you. For more reference, really, I've done entire episodes just on communicating with your spouse, and I'll tag one towards the end of the show. How's that? Number 4, serve your wife. When you got married, you probably said something to the effect of, for better, for worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish. Can we focus on the love and cherish for just a minute? Does your wife feel, air quotes, feel loved? Does she feel cherished? Do you? Do you even know what cherished means? Because most people don't. So I looked this up. Cherish is defined as to hold as dear, treat with tenderness and affection, foster, nurture, support, and encourage, shelter fondly, nurse, and caress, to give physical comfort or pleasure to, invigorate, strengthen, warm, hence, to provide for, entertain hospitably. That's cherish, right? Kind of a lot, but that's cherish. What are you doing to cherish your spouse every day? How are you serving her needs emotionally, mentally, spiritually, socially? Yeah, that's the thing. Materially, intimately, right? Now, depending on where you're at in your marriage, maybe you've got to roll in the hay every afternoon because you're still newlyweds, or maybe you're down to once or twice a week, or God forbid, twice a month, whatever your situation is, right? Are you tending to her needs intimately? And I'm not just talking like doing it, guys. I'm talking like when you're together, are you tending to her intimately? I did a great show with Susan Bratton on this and Sarah Rose. Like, go find those episodes. I did great episodes on this. Socially, like, that's actually a thing. Your wife wants to feel pursued and loved when you're out and about. That's part of the whole relationship thing, is identifying that you have a relationship, right? So are you affectionate with her in public to her comfort level and to yours? Do you hold her hand? Is she obviously claimed as yours? Not like a dog, man. Don't throw a collar on her unless that's your thing. But how are you tending to those needs? Do you know what her love languages are? What are her favorite colors? Flowers, books, music, movies, candies, foods, restaurants? Who are her friends? What are her deepest wants and dreams? What are her deepest fears? What would she do if she could do anything and money wasn't in question? Now, full disclosure, this is something I'm working on every day and intend to keep working on every day for the rest of my life, because my wife, she's a changing being, right? She grows, she changes. But I was sitting in a marriage class with her, and I know exactly what her love languages are, but we got into things like what are her favorite colors and flowers and books. I had most of those. We got to like books, music, movies. We watched a lot of movies together. I can't tell you what her favorites are. My wife is a foodie, so I can't even begin to tell you what her favorite food is or her favorite restaurant, right? This is an ongoing process. 23 years of marriage. It's an ongoing process. Serve your wife. Make her feel cherished. Make her feel loved. Take care of her needs. This is huge. And this is part of leading your marriage. Number 5, cast a vision for the future. Are you sharing a vision for the future with her? What it looks like, how you're going to get there, what that trip looks like, where she fits in that. Can I tell you a secret? Come here. Come real close. Let me tell you something. Part of the reason she said I do is she could envision a future with you. She already had an idea of what that was going to look like. When you're casting a vision for your future together, make sure you know, how, I'm saying this badly, I'm getting tongue tangled. Make sure you know her so deeply that her vision of your future together, she saw, like I said, she saw it before she said I do, or she wouldn't have said I do. Make sure you know her so deeply that her vision, and that you're communicating with her, is part of the vision you are casting together, because it should be a joint thing. You should both be putting into this, but you need to be casting that vision of the future, because if you've listened to her and you've served her, you already know what she sees and what she's dreaming of. Women require a man with a future. That's why so many men losing their ambition after they get married is so devastating. We go back to that leading yourself more effectively. So many men have this huge ambition when they're dating, but then they get married and something happens and we all just kind of like let it fall apart. As we struggle through life, we get lost in the minutia. Women value a future and a vision, and they married you. Part of the reason they married you is they could envision that together with you. So you losing that ambition or letting it go is devastating for your marriage. When I say cast a vision, I mean draw a grand freaking dream, dude. Aim for space. Then at least you fall short and still hit the sky. I'll tell you one more secret. One more. Ready? If you never hit that shooting for the stars vision, as long as you've been working on a real actionable plan to get there, if she's a good woman, she will be content to join you on that journey together, even if you never quite reach it, because you put in the effort to get there with her. You tried, you never gave up trying to reach that vision y'all had together. It's good enough most of the time. Don't stop trying, for goodness sake. But really, with a good woman, as long as she can see that you're trying to strive for that future that you're broadcasting, that y'all dreamed up together, she's in, man. She's in. But it's important. Gentlemen, the keys to leading your marriage effectively have been laid out before you in this episode of the Fallible Man Podcast. It's not about asserting authority. It's about taking responsibility, showing up, and being intentional with your role as a husband. First and foremost, recap. Lead yourself. Set the foundations for a thriving marriage. Stay physically fit. Maintain your ambitions. Never stop learning. Date your wife relentlessly and hold yourself accountable for your actions and your decisions. Communication and upholding boundaries are crucial. Establish joint expectations with your spouse and keep each other accountable. Actively listen to and understand your partner's needs, communicating in a way that will resonate with her. Serving your spouse is an ongoing commitment. Cherish them in every aspect of their being and strive to meet their emotional, mental, and spiritual needs. Finally, cast a vision for the future together. Women want that vision. They want that future. Aim high, dream big, and include your partner in this vision. Ambition is attractive, and working towards a shared goal strengthens the bond between you. Remember, marriage is a journey, not a destination. By embracing these principles, you can lead your marriage to greater depths of fulfillment and happiness than you ever thought possible. So step up, gentlemen. Lead your marriage with strength, love, and purpose. Now, I told you guys I wouldn't leave you hanging. For more on communicating with your spouse, and because I didn't deep dive on that, because I have so many times, I told you I'd give you an episode. So be sure and check out how to improve your relationship with ease using these 7 communication techniques. And I'll link that down in the show description, or it'll be here on the screen in a second if you're on YouTube. And for serving your spouse better, check out my episode, How to Revitalize Your Dead Marriage Bed with Cass Morrow. It's actually one of my all-time most downloaded episodes of this entire series in 4.5 years of doing it. And likewise, I'll have both links down in the show notes or on the screen, depending on what platform you're on. Those are the next episodes you need to listen to, just depending on which one you feel you need to work on the most. But I recommend listening to both of them or watching them, whatever you're on. Gentlemen, fight for your marriage now. If you fight for it every day, it really won't be a fight. Be better tomorrow because of what you do today. Check out these next episodes, and I'll see you soon.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.